Hello, I want to just encourage the single mothers today, saying that it is close to Mother's Day, and happy early Mother's Day to everyone, and happy Mother's Day if you watch this on Mother's Day, or happy belated Mother's Day if you watch it after Mother's Day. So I was thinking, and I was reading about the story of Hagar and Ishmael, and well, let me start off with my story. I am a single mother of one. My son is 16 years old, and his father is not active in his life at all. And I knew when I first found out that I might be pregnant, and I called him and I told him to come over, and he came over, and I said I might be pregnant, or I think I'm pregnant. And the first words out of his mouth was, "I don't want it." That was the first thing he said to me, and so I knew then that I was going to be a single mother. Like I knew then, that was the confirmation. And shortly after, a few words, I told him to leave, and he left. And that was what I knew. You know what I'm saying? I knew then that it was going to be just me mothering this child or whatever. And so for about 5 months into my pregnancy, I was not happy. I wasn't happy at all. I was sad. I was just going to work and coming home. Of course, I was buying stuff for the baby, but with his clothes at that time. Well, no, I don't think I was buying stuff at that point. No. Um, I was just going to work and coming home. I had a nice 2 bedroom apartment. Had a good job. Just living single. You hear me? Having a good time. And so this baby came and changed my life, and I knew then I was really depressed about being pregnant, disappointing my grandmother. I wasn't happy at all for 5 months. Like I didn't go anywhere. I just went to stores and came home, went to work, came home, and was crying for the most part at the beginning of my pregnancy. And then my uncle called me when I was 5 months, and my uncle Brian, he had called me and literally spoke life into me. And he was like, "You is not the first person to get pregnant and not have the right person or whatever you upset about, and you're not gonna be the last. Like you good, you got God, you good." And I was like, and he said a lot of other stuff. We talked on the phone for about 3 hours. And after that, I was like, you know what, you're right. He was like, you better enjoy your pregnancy. God bless you with a baby. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that baby is a blessing. And he, just put it all in perspective for me. And I want to kind of do the same for you, because if you're expecting, or if you just a single mom and you're doing it alone, um, be encouraged. Be encouraged because God is with you. But after that, I was getting maternity clothes. I was dressing cute. I bought everything I could for my baby. I got my guest room or whatever just was full of baby stuff. I bought it all by myself, working. I didn't even my job threw me a small baby shower, but other than that, it was like really small. And other than that, I bought everything by myself for my baby, and it's just been me and him ever since, really. And of course, with the help of my grandmother. And God has been with us. I've been able to travel so much with him. He has been so many places. I put my baby. We went to Mexico and flew in a hot air balloon in Mexico. Like we done been to Disneyland. We've been Universal Studios, both of them, Florida and California, Legoland, SeaWorld, Universal Studios. I already said that. God has blessed me to take him to every place that I wanted to take him to. Every place that I wanted to show him. And God has been with us every step of the way. He hasn't missed a beat. And I'm just so grateful. But I just want to talk to you about the story of Hagar, which God had led me to read about. And so, if you don't know the story of Hagar and Ishmael, Hagar was the maid of Sarah, Abraham's wife. And if you know the story, you know that Sarah was promised a child from God, but she didn't want to wait. She just had to have a baby right then and there because she was jealous that somebody else had a baby. So she was like, well, I'm going to start my lineage off now. She couldn't wait on God. And so she had her maid have sex with, sleep with. I hope they don't flag me on YouTube, but she had her maid sleep with her husband so she could get pregnant or whatever. And when she got pregnant, her and Sarah and Hagar, they had a little beef or whatever, right? Because Hagar didn't want that. Hagar wasn't trying to have that man baby. You know what I'm saying? She was her servant, and and she ended up treating Hagar really bad because she was jealous of Hagar for being pregnant by her husband, even though she gave her the husband to do it. Like I don't be understanding that, but anywho. So after that or whatever, I guess some years go by, and Sarah get pregnant with a child that God had already promised her anyway, but that she couldn't wait on. So after the baby had grew up to about a year and was weaned or whatever off of her breast milk, Abraham had a feast, and and Hagar's son Ishmael was kind of teasing the baby or whatever, and Sarah once again irritated told Abraham, like, you need to get rid of her and her baby. Mind you, she the one made her had a baby. Now she don't want no parts of it, right? You get where I'm going with this. But anyway, and Abraham, he was a little vexed about it, but he went to God, and God told him to go ahead and send her about her way or whatever. And so I'm going to read the text. I'm going to read what the Bible says or whatever really quickly. It says, early the next morning, Abraham took, now this is Genesis 21 and 14 through 20. It says, early the next morning, Abraham took some food and a skin of water and gave them to Hagar. He set them on her shoulders and then sent her off with the boy. She went on her way and wandered in the desert of Beersheba. When the water in the skin was gone, she put the boy under one of the bushes. Then she went off and sat down about bow shot away, for she thought, surely I cannot watch the boy die. And she sat there and she began to cry. God heard the boy crying, and an angel of God called to Hagar from heaven and said to her, what is the matter, Hagar? Do not be afraid. God has heard the boy crying as he lies there. Lift the boy up and take him by the hand, for I will make him into a great nation. Then God opened her eyes, and she saw a well of water. So she went and filled the skin with water and gave the boy a drink. God was with the boy as he grew up. He lived in the desert and became an archer. While he was living in the desert of Paran, his mother got a wife from Egypt for him. And that's where the chapter 20 stops. So I just want to encourage you that even if you look at Hagar, she didn't ask for that child. She didn't, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't what she wanted. And then the person that gave her the child sent her about her way to raise the child on her own, even though that was his son. And the Lord said to her that he was with the child. So just know that God is with you and God is with your child. And he is going to meet your needs. He is going to be there every step of the way, with or without the father. He gonna keep his word. And I can surely attest to that because my son has not had a father. And God has literally been my child's father. He's been my father. And he will, I mean, it's like you won't even miss a beat. So I just want to encourage y'all to know that God is with you. Trust that, believe that, and he will take you and meet your needs. He will show you, he will open your eyes to see that well of water for you, to see that he is your provision, to see that he is your provider, and to see that he is with your children every day. And he's going to take care of you. And I wish you nothing but blessings, love, peace. And I speak that over your life, over your children's life, that they will be great men of God and have beautiful families when they grow up and be successful men or successful women. I pray that over you and I wish that for you. So be encouraged. God bless.